If you've been struggling to get clients in your virtual practice, listen up to this video. I'm going to be reviewing ZocDoc. It's a newer platform for gaining clients online. And these are motivated clients, the kind of clients that actually book with you. I've gained a ton of new clients in the last 2 months using their free trial, and I'm going to give you the rundown of the ins and outs of how it works. Hey folks, I'm Amy Hager, a registered dietitian in private practice, and I run an insurance-based virtual practice. And when I'm not seeing clients, I teach a course helping other dietitians get set up in private practice. If you'd like to learn more, check out my website that I've got listed in the video description below. But I'm super excited about today's video. It is a huge game changer for me to get new clients online. And I know that one fear that dietitians have about private practice is how they're going to find clients, and it makes sense. It's a huge unknown and it's a big risk if you aren't able to get the clients that you want. There's so much information out there on marketing strategies, how to get referrals, but what would it be like if you were able to list yourself on a platform and the clients just booked appointments with you directly? No discovery calls, no free giveaways to bring them to your website, no social media, no free webinars, just new client bookings. So let me introduce you to ZocDoc. I'm going to sound like a little bit of a fanatic, but I have every right to be, because ever since I listed myself on the platform about 8 weeks ago, it's brought me 37 new clients. No kidding. That's more new clients than I've had in the past 6 months. So I first heard of ZocDoc about 2 months ago in a private social media group where dietitians were talking about how to get new clients, and one said, well, I'm getting mine through ZocDoc. So I was curious naturally, and I thought to check it out. I'm a little bit skeptical with online platforms because I have experience. I have listed myself on Health Profs with a Google business listing, and they really fizzled out. They weren't, I had a couple of inquiries, a couple of bookings, but I really was not the client generator that I was expecting. I think the online listings depend heavily on SEO, and my website was brand new, but ZocDoc seemed to be a little bit different. First of all, it's set up as an app. And secondly, they work really heavily with providers who take insurance, and they highlight that on their platform to distinguish themselves from other platforms. Their tagline and their website is like, find a provider who takes your insurance. So I think it's really targeting users who prefer to use apps, which seems to be growing rapidly. So I went to their website to check it out, and they were offering that 2-month free trial, which apparently was the first time that they've ever done that. So I was like, all right, I'll take advantage of this, check it out. I felt like I had nothing to lose, but I wanted to make sure I could maximize my experience. So let me tell you exactly what I did to set my account up with ZocDoc. I asked for some specific customizations. I wanted to list myself as telehealth virtual only, because it's definitely targeted to all providers, and providers have office spaces, but I wanted to make sure I could list myself as virtual only. And that was definitely an option, especially with the pandemic and everything. That's an option now. What I wanted to do with that to capitalize on my potential to gain clients was to be able to list myself outside of my local area. So I was listing myself as a virtual provider in Colorado, but I also wanted to target other states, especially states that didn't require licensure to practice. So I was looking at California, Arizona, and Virginia for starters. And I wanted to make sure that I was going to be listing all of the insurance networks that I was listed in. So I definitely wanted to make sure all of those plans were listed on there. So interested folks that were curious, I was reaching as many as I possibly could. And that very first week, it was a little bit quiet, but right at the end of the week, about 4 days into it, I got my very first booking. And that was exciting because it took me a lot longer to get my very first booking with Health Profs. Now, the cool thing about ZocDocs is that the patient books directly with you. There's no discovery call or needing to market yourself. They're not checking you out. They book directly onto your ZocDoc calendar. And from there, you can message the client and let them know the steps to get set up on your provider portal. You might also decide to use ZocDoc directly as the telehealth platform, but I prefer to keep it all on Practice Better. So it was about week number 2 when I got 3 new clients within 24 hours. It was a real shock. I thought, wow, everybody's coming in all at once. It was really exciting, and it was really just amazing. I wasn't having to do any work to get these consults. All I had was the listing. So aside from the free trial, what you need to know about ZocDoc is that they charge $40 for a first-time new client booking fee. So it's like a finder's fee. And if a new client becomes a return client, well, you only get the charge for $40 the one time for the new booking. So if a client decides to cancel, they must cancel within 24 hours of their booking for you to get that $40 fee refunded. If it goes beyond 24 hours, then you're out that $40, whether or not they cancel their appointment down the road. So that's something important to keep in mind. It becomes really important to be clear with your client if you're not a good match, that they cancel early. And it's not always possible to catch this 24-hour window. For example, somebody booked, they had a Medicare plan, but I was not in network with that plan, so they were going to be out the full cost of the appointment. So I communicated that to the client and they decided to cancel. But it was outside of that 24-hour window, and had it not been the free trial, I would have been out that $40. You'll definitely want to keep your communications clear when it comes to situations like insurance might not cover the appointment. I always get a credit card authorization filled out prior to the appointment in the event that the client will be responsible for a copay, co-insurance, or deductible, even a no-show fee. I like to put that up front as well, that if a client does not show up and they have a credit card on file, then their card will be charged a no-show fee. So you may decide that you want to check their insurance benefits ahead of time so that you'll know what to expect and how to communicate that to your clients. Or you might decide that you want to let your clients do the research themselves, get a credit card on file just in case, and be clear about your payment policies. Out of the 37 bookings, only 4 decided to cancel appointments, 3 wanted one-time only appointments, and then 26 clients wanted to continue on as a continued client. This means that ongoing client revenue without additional booking fees. And all of this, of course, was within the 2-month free trial. So no money lost yet. So overall, I've been impressed with the clients who've booked with me on the service. I'd say the demographic on average is about 20 to 30-year-olds, which is kind of interesting. I'd say folks that are interested in weight loss were the #1 reasons for booking. So this is a lot different from the other demographic I tend to work with, older individuals, 50 and older, that have some health problems, but it definitely adds a lot of variety into my practice, and I'm finding it really enjoyable. And they also seem to be more comfortable with the telehealth platform, virtual visits, the technology piece. I think because they're familiar with apps and how everything works, I think that piece goes really smoothly as well. So the question is, should you try ZocDoc listing to get a boost in new client bookings? Well, absolutely can't hurt, and I believe that they're still doing their free trial through the end of the year 2021. So if you're interested and you want me to invite you into that, please let me know. You can contact me on my website and send me some information. I'm going to have to get some information about your practice to invite you in. If you're looking to gain new clients quickly and you take insurance, I think you'll have an advantage in getting new bookings for your practice. It sounds like they plan to continue marketing heavily, and the usage of the platform will continue to grow. So I know that's great news for all of us. But overall, the bottom line was that it was super easy to use. It was very quick. The amount of clients I got in a short period of time, I think that was also maximized by the fact that it was virtual and I was listed in 3 different states. So it's really exciting having technology like this come about and having a lot of people on board. I'd love to see it grow, and I'd love to see new dietitians everywhere being full with their practice, getting clients hand over foot. And if you've heard of it before, I'd love to hear a comment below about your experience with ZocDoc, or if you've been on the fence about trying it, I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.